if people are feeling scared and they want to do things based on convenience, what does that look like in the advisor world?
Yeah. So I've been studying really since COVID-19 hit the dimensions that lead to trust. Because at the end of the day, the last thing that we have left between clients and advisors and human to human is trust between us. And when we're able to have trust, I'm going to pay a premium for services or for access to you because I trust you. And I know you're going to add value to me in a way that I can't do or that a robo advisor or technology can't do. So in our research, I just want to tell advisors there's 5 things that actually equate to trust, 2 of which technology does really well and 3 of which humans do well. The first is communication. We have to, move beyond what people are looking for right now is beyond the mass monthly email blast updates and really looking for something much more personalized, humanized, and empathetic. So how are you communicating with your clients and getting ahead of that, but also doing it in a way that's obviously not information overload? The second thing is compassion. People today are desperate for that compassionate connection they have, especially when it comes to financial resources. So, are you being compassionate with their current circumstance and really having an understanding of what's happening in their day to day lives? The third thing is confidence. I trust you as an expert? Do you actually have the expertise that I trust that you're going to do something good and better with it than a robo advisor, an algorithm, or something can't do? So those are the 3 human element connections that financial advisors have to double down today in order to get right: compassion, communication, confidence. The other 2, I recommend you actually leverage technology for, and that's going to go back to people are looking for convenience and choice. I want to be able to access my platform. I want to be able to access you at my time. Again, I'm operating under scarcity. And so I'm really looking for this convenience and choice. These are things humans tend not to be so great at. And, Ryan, I appreciate you talking about the TEDx. Talk a little bit about that in more detail. So as financial advisors, how do you leverage the technology to give your customers, your clients that convenience and choice they need, and you spend your time differently and really doubling down on that human side that they're never going to be able to get through a robo-advisor?
I love that. And I wanted to lead on that a little bit. When you see this data, you even mentioned on the phone that you saw that people were choosing robo advisors, that they were
Yeah.
preferring it. Do you think it's because we're at such an uneasy time that people are dodging trust and going outside of trust for convenience?
Yeah, absolutely. Trust. I mean, we're in a state of, crisis too, just in trust in our institutions, and that obviously just begins to translate down to an individual level. And so trust again causes a premium. We're willing to pay a premium, but we have to experience that trust. And even think about how, and I think this will be interesting to see how permanent as a customer our buying behavior are in the way that we interact with brands and in this case, financial advisors. Take grocery stores, for example. So many of us today have permanently shifted, moving away from a grocery store to using an Instacart, to using some sort of platform to actually really what we call at Accenture here is a touchless business experience. And that's becoming more and more of a norm and in areas that we never thought that was going to be possible. And so again, I think a touchless experience maybe makes a lot of sense when it comes to my groceries. I don't need to have a great trust with necessarily the person who's picking up my groceries. When
Right.
it comes to fast food, we're seeing this happen at McDonald's and really seeing it come through this touchless experience. But when it comes to finances and really something that is so core to our human experience and existence, that is where people will pay a premium for trust, but they have to see it. Again, they have to see the communication, the compassion, the confidence, and we have to show up differently because it is all too easy just to go to a platform and rely on an algorithm for something that's actually very human.